Hello and welcome to Healthista TV. My name is Neil Seligman and I'm the founder of The Conscious Professional, which delivers inspiring mindful learning experiences. I'm also the author of 100 Mindfulness Meditations and Conscious Leadership. So today's practice is all about those days when you're feeling a bit depressed, down in the dumps and experiencing low mood. Just a note for those who may be experiencing intense or prolonged depression that of course the best advice is always to check in with your GP or mental health professional before trying out a mindfulness practice like this. Good advice for anyone who is diving into a mindfulness practice is to remember that you are always the leader. You're in charge, so you always have the option to open into the practice and also to close to the practice. So if anything feels a bit too intense today or just doesn't feel good in your body or being, remember that you can stop, you can open your eyes, you can come back to something which feels safe, like the breath or the feeling of the feet on the floor. And in mindfulness, we call these anchors. So if you're ready, we're going to drop into this practice. And if you wish, just allowing the eyes to gently close, or just holding a soft gaze, perhaps just looking slightly down. And as we drop in, we bring our awareness to the breath, noticing the rhythm of the breath, which is already there. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Lips together, teeth slightly apart. And as we enjoy these first simple breaths, just inviting yourself to really arrive. Setting an intention to explore your experience today, just as it is. And the attitude that we're going to practice with today is an attitude of acceptance and welcoming. So as we breathe, simplifying our present moment experience, we're bringing our focus to the waves of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. And so if we ever get lost in the practice, we can always come back to the breath. The sea is never still. And neither is your breath, and so we can come back to the breath. We can find our way back into the practice at any time. And as we arrive and collect ourselves, we begin to remember this breathing body with arms and legs and feet and weight and warmth and texture. So just noticing the body, remembering the body, putting the body back together. And we remember that mindfulness is a practice of embodiment. And all that means is we bring awareness into the physical body. And so just imagining the warmth of your own awareness just moving through the body like ink dissolving through water. So we have the breath, we have the body, and we also have our thoughts, emotions, and sensations. So let's start with emotion. Sometimes when we're feeling low, there's a specific emotion, but often there's a watercolor wash of emotions. And sometimes there's a sense of numbness or nothingness, even a sense of void. And here in our practice, we get the opportunity, the precious opportunity to be with whatever is there, with non-judgment, just allowing it to be just as it is. Imagine you are feeling these feelings for the very first time and just visiting the feelings with curiosity. There's no attempt here to change our emotions. The practice is one of heartful acceptance. And so these are moments of compassionate, tender awareness of self. A moment to gift ourselves our own presence. And so just breathing with curiosity with whatever is there. And noticing that as well as emotion and feelings, there are also sometimes sensations that go along with the emotion. So where do we feel the emotion in the body? Where do we feel it most intensely? And just breathing to it, literally visiting the breath to those areas of the body where we feel these emotions most strongly, and just with an intention of care. This practice is a practice of heartfulness. Mindfulness means both mindfulness and heartfulness. And so the awareness in which we hold ourselves is a kind one. And sometimes that's easy and sometimes that's hard too, which is why it's a practice. So just being with yourself, just as you are. Allowing yourself to notice the thoughts that might also accompany the emotion, the sensation. Seeing if we can notice the thoughts and stories again from the perspective of awareness, rather than getting caught up in the thought or the story. Holding ourselves in the awareness of heart and the awareness of our practice. As best we can, finding a way of being with the whole of our experience with compassion, with kindness, and on the breath. Noticing the heart's ability to hold all of this within its awareness. One of my favorite teachers, Jack Kornfield, says at a certain point we just need to trust that the heart can hold it all? Can you trust that the heart can hold it all? Noticing this body breathing, noticing the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts, noticing your practice there too, noticing your intention there too, noticing the encompassing power of the heart there too. And as we gently journey back, perhaps just noticing some of the sounds around us in the room, the feeling of being seated, the connection of the body through the feet to the floor. We follow the breath up and out. And in your very own time, allowing the eyes to open as we begin to bring this short practice to a close. So gently welcoming yourself back from practice. Thank you so much for joining me in practice today. I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to hearing your comments.